What's up, y'all? Happy Sunday. So welcome to vlog number 2, all right, of my prep journey. Okay, we're doing a push day today. So we got chest, shoulders, and triceps. So today, just give you a little bit overview. We're gonna start with bench press. Okay, we're gonna do a heavy bench press, 5 sets of 6 to 8. Okay, then we're gonna go incline, Smith machine bench press, 5 sets of 6 to 8. Then we'll go into shoulders. So we'll either do a Smith machine shoulder press or a dumbbell shoulder press, whichever one I'm feeling. So same thing is gonna be 5 sets, 6 to 8. Then we'll go a lateral raise, okay, heavy as well. 5 sets, 6 to 8 with a 3-second negative. And then we'll do triceps, either dips or skull crunches, depending on how I feel after our chest and shoulders, all right? Cool, so I'm gonna warm up real quick, kind of take y'all through my upper body warm-up routine, as well as I'm gonna foam roll my shoulder just because it's a little bit tight. So we'll do that and then we'll get into it. Let's get it. So I usually like to roll out on my rest days or after I'm done lifting. But nowadays, I've been foam rolling just a little bit before my workouts now, just because I do feel a difference. I do feel like I'm able to get a better stretch from my muscles when I'm actually working out, when I foam roll a little bit beforehand, especially when I'm tight. I don't want to feel tight while I'm working out. So anywhere that is tight beforehand, then I just try to roll out. So like for instance today, my lower back's a little tight, so we're gonna spend a couple seconds rolling out my lower back, which I'm doing right now. And then after that, we'll just get a little bit of my upper shoulder. My left rhomboid is really, really tight, and I feel it pretty much with any type of upper body movement. So that includes push motions. So we're gonna get that too. And again, I like to do this for about like 5 to 10 minutes. Again, my warm-up routine is pretty extensive. Not really extensive, but I just like to get nice and warm before I start anything. So it does take me a little bit longer to get warmed up. Oof. Cool, so now we're gonna go into like my actual upper body warm-up routine. So start with neck circles. Okay, so I like to hit everything. Again, these are all dynamic, so we're not holding anything for a 10 to 30 second stretch. Okay, you wanna save that for afterwards. Okay, you wanna get just enough stretch, but you wanna go through a dynamic movement pattern. Okay, so I like to go like 10 to 15. Okay, and then we'll go arm circles. Again, same thing, 10 to 15 backwards, 10 to 15 forward. You don't wanna focus on overstretching your muscles right before you're about to go into a workout where you're gonna be focusing on the contractions and the stretch, right? So if you stretch too much, it could negatively affect your lifts. Okay, straight arm chest spread. I like doing these because they kind of mimic an overall like pec stretch. Okay, then we'll go scapular retractions. Okay, just pulling back the shoulder blades and then bringing them forward, pulling them back, bringing them forward. I like to get a little bit of hip and lower back mobility into, especially since we're benching today and we're benching heavy. So it's definitely important to get the hips a little bit loose as well. Get some rotations in here. Okay, if anybody has lower back issue, lower back pain, lower back tightness, it's probably one of my favorites right here. Just kind of going all the way down, letting your body hang. Okay, then going on one side. So going to the left side and pulling. Okay, pulling more on the right side of the lower back, or your QL, quadratus lumborum, which is where a lot of people feel their back pain at. Okay, and then go to the other side, same thing. Try to pull, try to hold for a couple seconds, and bring it back. Cool. All right, now we'll head downstairs. I got like 2 more warm-ups to do. Okay, we'll do some external rotations and some dead hangs, and then we'll be good.
Hey, how's it going, man?
External rotations. Okay, warming up the rotator cuff here. So I'm gonna do like 20 of these. Okay, keeping my core engaged here, just so that I'm not putting my whole body into it. Okay, I'm keeping my elbow glued to my side. Okay, I don't want it all over the place, so I want to keep that glued down. Okay, if you're having trouble keeping your elbow down, then put something in between your side and your elbow and just hold it in place, okay? If whatever is in between drops, that's how you know you're not doing it right. Cool, other side. Always wanna make sure you warm up your rotator cuff, especially before a push day. That's where a lot of people, especially my clients and just anybody that I talk to, who have shoulder pain, shoulder injury of some kind, it's usually always rotator cuff, and it's usually because they either don't warm up well or they don't do any type of warm-up sets before their heavy push days, or it could be poor technique, could be a whole bunch of stuff, but you want to warm up your rotator cuff beforehand because that is the stabilizing piece of your shoulder that pretty much is the stability of any of your upper body movements, especially your chest, shoulder, and triceps, but really any type of upper body movement. So rotator cuff. Okay, warm it up. Last one, dead hangs. Okay, I like dead hangs just because I get a good range of motion in my shoulders. Okay, especially since we're gonna be doing some type of shoulder press today. So this is kind of like my overhead warm up here. Also gets a good stretch in the lats. Okay, you want your lats to also be involved on your push day because they do give you some help as you're doing stuff like bench press, and it also lengthens the spine as well. Cool, so that's my whole warm-up routine for upper body. So we'll get started with our first exercise. We're gonna go bench press, 5 sets, 6 to 8. Let's get started. We'll do about 2 warm-up sets and then we'll get into it. So we're gonna get 2 warm-up sets here. I always like to get 2 warm-up sets before my lifts, especially my heavy lifts. A couple things with bench press, especially stuff that I see a lot, is one thing that you wanna do is you wanna keep your chest up the whole time, okay? So pulling your shoulder blades back, putting them down, keeping your chest up, okay? Allowing for more range of motion in the chest, all right? A lot of the times people like to have a flat back when they're doing bench press, and then they end up, using their shoulders a little bit too much in the movement, right? So keep that chest up, keep those shoulder blades down and back, keep them pinched. You wanna also engage your core and your glutes because this is where your power comes from. And of course, keep your feet on the ground as well. Okay, you wanna treat your warm-ups as if you got some real weight on the bar. Okay, still slow and controlled. Okay, you really wanna warm up your joints and your shoulders and your chest. Properly. So not just kind of going through the motion just because it's easy, just because it's light. You don't want to do that. You're not really warming up. Okay, so act like there's some actual weight on the bar even during your warm-ups. Okay. Okay, warm-up set number 2. All right, cool. So kind of like how I was doing with my leg day, I'm gonna be stretching a little bit in between each set just to continue to keep my muscles a little bit more like relaxed a little bit. So this will be first set out of 5. Again, we're going 6 to 8. Okay, that was only 6. Got 295 on the bar. So pretty heavy. Could probably do 8 if I had a spotter, but we ain't got one today. So we're gonna get as many as we can get with this weight here. Set number 2. All right, got 8. Got 8. So that first set was like a wake-up call, like, goddamn, this shit heavy. So that's why I was only able to do 6, but now that kind of got the blood flowing, now my central nervous system is warmed up and they felt that weight. Now we're more prepared for the next set, so went for 8 on that last one. So that was good, that's what we want. And for y'all beginners out there, start light, then work your way up. It's way better than starting heavy, right? And then fucking yourself up because you got hurt. Okay, I've heard way too many injury stories about people hurting their shoulders. It's always the shoulders. They always messing up their shoulders and their rotator cuffs because they're going too heavy way too quickly, and they don't have the proper mechanics or the proper technique and form to be able to perform the bench press, you know, like how they're supposed to, or really any type of exercise. So make sure y'all warm up, start light, and then work your way up. Make sure that your foundation is correct first, and then you can start going into the heavyweight. But I didn't start out doing this, you know, so be patient, y'all. Be patient. You'll get there. Just keep on working. Keep your head down. All right, so that was 5 sets, 6 to 8. You know, some reps or some sets I did, I was only able to do 6, some 8, some 7, right? But as long as you're staying within that rep range, then you're good, right? Just trying to give it your all on every one, okay? So again, bench press, that's gonna be hitting the majority of your chest, mid to lower chest, but a little bit of your whole chest. Now we're gonna kind of switch to mainly upper chest right now. So we're gonna go incline, Smith machine, bench press as to target a little bit more of the upper chest. All right, that top shelf, that's what we like to call it, the top shelf. All right, we'll do one more set here, because I think that's all I need, especially after that heavy bench press. Okay, same thing with the regular bench press. Okay, still want to keep your chest up, shoulder blades down and back, depressed. Okay, don't just drop the weight on you. You want even more control here, especially on the Smith machine. All right, cool. I don't know if y'all kind of realize, but we're not going till failure. We don't want to go till failure on each one of these sets. Okay, you want to remember we're going pretty high volume as far as the sets go. So it's a lot of sets. You don't want to burn yourself out too fast. All right, so that you don't have to regress down and go down in weight. So we're stopping at about 2 reps short of failure. Okay, so on the RIR scale, which is the reps in reserve scale, right? A 10 is I couldn't have done any more reps, right? A 9 is I could have done maybe 1 more. An 8, I could have done 2 more, so, and all the way down. So we want to stay in between that 7 to 8 scale range, okay, as far as reps in reserve. So on that one, I think I probably could have done like maybe 11 or 12. I did 8 on that last set, so I'm gonna go up a little bit. Probably put a 5 on each side. Yep. Okay, 2 more to go. One more set. Put on the 10 here. Fuck. Whew. Damn, that was failure right there. That shit was hard right there. All right, cool. So, let's go shoulder press. We'll see how heavy I can go. Last week we did a Smith machine shoulder press, so we'll try dumbbell shoulder press today. If it was up to me, I wouldn't go like hella heavy on like everyone. I would try to focus on one thing. But because we're doing 5 sets, 6 to 8, then we're gonna get a little bit on the heavier side. So let's try it. Let's try it out. Okay, just get a quick warm-up set here. Okay, we'll do one more warm-up set here. That wasn't no warm up. For sure set number 1. My shoulders are for sure smoked from the bench press and the incline. Again, that wasn't the primary mover, right? Even though the chest was the primary mover, the shoulders also helping a lot, especially the front delts. So those are for sure smoked right now. So I'll probably be sticking with the 60s for today. Like if I started out with this and I was going heavy for 5 sets, 6 to 8, I'll probably be in the 80s or 90s. My shoulders are for sure shot. So we're gonna be smart, right? We're gonna protect ourselves. It's the same thing, right? If I were to do this first and I went heavy here, and then I did incline and then I went to bench third, there's no way, I promise you, I would have been able to get 295 for 6 to 8. No way. So I just try to prioritize what I want to go the heaviest on. I want to do that first, right? So I want to focus on that compound movement first, and then anything else is secondary. So that's why I start with bench press, because that's going to be like my main lift, my main compound lift that I want to really focus on. So I want to do that first before I do anything else, right? Because I don't want to tire out my shoulders and my chest and my triceps doing shoulder press and incline bench, and then expect to go really heavy and get the most out of the bench press. So again, it's up to you, right? If you want to prioritize your shoulder press, hey, by all means, go ahead, do that first, right? But yeah. Okay. Okay, one thing you want to do when you're doing shoulder press too is when I bring it up, I like to keep my elbows just a little bit forward, okay? Instead of at a straight 90-degree angle, okay? And as I push the weight up, I want to come towards the midline, okay? Just so I can get the most out of the lift. Okay, so come in here to the midline, but don't let them touch though. Okay, still keep it controlled right here, and then bring it right back down here instead of out here, right? Bring it in a little bit, okay? Yeah, because we don't want to push out this way either. Especially as the weight gets heavier, you don't want to push out here just because you're lacking the stability here. Okay, and that could put a lot of pressure on your rotator cuffs. Cool. One more. That was 6. I think if I went for a 7th, that would have been a failure. So we're gonna leave it at that. Again, I wanna be smart here. So that's should be good right there. Okay, last one, we're gonna superset. Okay, so we're gonna go 5 sets, 6 to 8, lateral raises with a 3-second negative, and then we'll superset that with some dips. Biggest I've ever been though. I mean, 225, that's the most I've ever weighed. And my composition being 225 and my body fat percentage being around 14% is like the best it's ever been. So it's not even my peak yet. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see when we get closer in January and February, coming up on show day. So we picked out the show, when it's gonna be. So Jonas, my coach, he said that it's probably gonna be March 25th. So I think that's San Diego Championship, something like that. So that's the show we're gunning for. Yeah, I hate dips, I'm not gonna lie. Just puts a weird angle on my shoulder that I don't like. But I like it better than skull crushers, because skull crushers don't agree with my elbows. So I stay away from them. They just don't feel good to me, but they are effective as far as building your triceps. I think the other option was doing close grip bench, but I'm like, after going heavy bench press in the beginning, I'm not trying to do that. So. Okay, let's do the last set. All right, y'all, so that's the end of the push day. Okay, just to give you a little recap, we did chest, shoulders, and triceps. We started off with a heavy bench press, 5 sets of 6 to 8. Went pretty heavy, about 295 for the whole time. I try to keep it there just because if I went any heavier, it would have been a little bit too much for me to keep up with for the whole 5 sets. So, but it was definitely still challenging for me to do during the whole time. So then we went to incline Smith machine bench press, which was pretty good as well. I was able to go up in that. So provide a little bit of progressive overload on that. And then we went to shoulder press with the dumbbells. Again, I think I can do a little bit more on that, but my shoulders were just dead after the bench press and the incline. So next time the goal is to go just a little bit heavier, probably stay at 65 or 70 pounds after the bench press. Then we finished off with some heavy lateral raises with dumbbells and some dips. So that's the end of vlog number 2. I hope to see y'all for the next video, vlog number 3, back in biceps. So stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Okay, we're gonna do 30 minutes of cardio before I leave, and we'll be good.